Good morning, everyone. Welcome to week 6. Just a quick video to give you some updates and instructions on the week. You'll notice that this week looks a little bit different than some of the other ones. So, first of all, I'd just like to say thanks for all of the kind words, emails, encouragements for last week. And I apologize again for not being online as much as I normally am. Just kind of a busy week. So thank you for that. Thanks for all your concern. In week 6, you'll see there are a few changes from previous weeks. First of all, you'll see that the reflection questions are back. There are only 4 of them, and they're a bit different. They're actually reflecting on the course itself and the setup of the course and how you think you're doing, things like that, not the actual course content. So feel free to answer those. I think there are 4 reflection questions. I only need like 3 or 4 sentences for each one as a way to help me. Okay, so the reflection questions are for me this week, not for you, but I need you to write the answers. Be honest, it's no way going to affect your grade if you say that you don't like reflection questions or weekly quizzes. I'm not going to take offense. So it's a way for me to basically manage the course and find out if I need to make any changes for the next time I teach it, things like that. I didn't ask you anything really personal or about grades or anything because obviously it's not anonymous and you'll feel uncomfortable answering those knowing that I have to see your work for the next few weeks. So I did give you a list of questions to start thinking about for the course evaluation at the end of the term. Please do not answer those. It says on there, do not answer these. There are 10 questions that I want you to think about, and you'll get a chance to answer those questions anonymously at the end of the term. And I need you to be brutally honest when it comes to that so that I can get better at what I do as well. So reflection questions are a little bit different, and you'll see that when you open those up. It should only take you a few minutes to get through those, but I'll give you 10 points for just getting those done. Second to that, there is no quiz this week, no weekly quiz, just because we're through most of the notes and most of the content. The notes are very sparing this week on oral presentations and on resume building. So the notes are sparing. There's no reason for me to make you take a quiz. It would just be busy work at that point. So no weekly quiz, so that'll save you some time. Also, you'll see there are no lectures beside this video. Like I said, the notes are sparing. Look through the textbook if you need to at chapters 11 and 12. But there's no reason for me to lecture on any of that. You've listened to me enough probably so far. So no quiz, no lectures. Just look at the stuff that you need to look at for resumes, for oral presentations. I would read the oral presentations chapter, but like I said, most of it you probably already know. With that, with the textbook stuff, make sure that you also are looking at the resources I posted in week 5, the Troika textbook, all the APA stuff, because that's going to become important for your last assignment and for assignment 3. As far as the work in the course goes, you guys are pretty much there. You've done about 80% of the coursework already. So with reflection questions, with quizzes, all the notes, I set it up through that so that we'd be pretty much done by week 6 with all that. So you guys are really pretty close to being done. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, the course the pace is going to slow down considerably in the next couple of weeks. And that's by design. It's not that I'm just running out of steam or anything. You'll see that in week 7 and 8 there will be no notes, no lectures, no quizzes, no reflection questions. They'll just be discussion boards and your writing assignments. And really that's because I want you to use all the content that we've built over the course, all the knowledge you've built on those assignments, and because I don't want your time management to be bogged down with reading notes and things like that. I want all of your time, energy, resources to go towards the projects or the writing assignments, writing assignment 3 and 4. So I know you're busy, I know you're all working and stuff, but try to, like all of us are, so just try to get on those as quickly as possible because they will be research intensive and you'll be doing citations and things like that. As far as workload goes, if you're behind, please get those assignments in as soon as possible so I can get those graded, get your grades updated. But grades right now are completely up to date, so it's a great depiction of how you're doing and where your grade stands at this point. So if you have questions about that, let me know. For writing assignments 3 and 4, there will be the discussion boards up where you can get some peer feedback, ask questions, post drafts, brainstorm, use your classmates as resources, all those good things. I think writing assignment 3 is pretty challenging, especially if you're not from the area, which I think is also cool because you're bringing in some outside perspectives. So if you have questions on that one, it is going to be challenging. You might have a little trouble finding resources. Let me know what kind of troubles you have there. Writing assignment 3 is a text-based report. I want you to use headings and subheadings and graphs and charts and tables, things like that. But I want it to be more like a text report that you could hand someone. Writing assignment 4 is going to be more of a report that you would deliver. So it's going to be like a PowerPoint or a Google Drive or a Prezi, something visual. that you would have to give to a group of people. For writing assignment 4, you're going to be picking your own topic. So it's going to be interesting to you, I hope, because you get to pick the topic. And hopefully it's applicable to you. If you want to double dip on this one, that's great. If you have a report to give for work or for, something that you're involved in and you want to use the report for this class, that's great. Don't use an old one that you've already given. That's self-plagiarism. You don't want to get involved in that. So don't try to post a presentation you've already given for somebody else again. But if you have something currently going at work and you want to say hey, I've got this project at work that I want to pitch, but I also want to use it and get feedback in the course, that's really great. And I encourage you to do that kind of thing. What it will basically be is you picking a topic that you're interested in or that you think you might use in the future and delivering some sort of project on that based on your research. So maybe you want to open a new business. You want to do a business proposal. Maybe you want to do you want to create a product. Maybe you want to start a community outreach. Maybe you want to suggest problem solution things that you have going at work. It's going to be completely up to you. You're going to be doing all of your own research, and then you're going to be pitching it to the class with whatever background is necessary. So if it is a work project, you say, hey, this is what I have going at work. Here's my presentation for work, and that will allow me and your classmates to give you better feedback. So kind of just a preview of what's coming. Later this week, I will post writing assignment 4 with all of the good details, but it's going to be a lot less writing in terms of a written report, and it's going to be much more visual. You can embed videos, charts, graphs, but it's going to be in some sort of PowerPoint presentation. It could be a video like this. It could be a lot of different formats, and I'll post all those details, but I think it will be the most work, even though it doesn't involve as much writing. And you'll see it's worth, in the gradebook, it's worth 150 points as opposed to 100. So it'll be taking the place of your final exam and all that good stuff. So the final project's pretty important, but I wanted you to be able to pick a topic that you were interested in because I've been creating all the assignments from the beginning. So I hope you see how the course has evolved, how we started with emails, moved to cover letters, to text-based reports, and then finally visual reports and oral presentations and things like that. You do not have to do an oral presentation for writing assignment 4 or videotape yourself doing that. You'll just show us the product that you would present with whatever notes or handouts you'd have. So just to clarify that. But the course, I think, has had a pretty solid evolution through and the way it's developed from easy to difficult, and then kind of letting off at the end with more time to work on your projects. But just make sure in week 7 and 8, because we have less to do assignment-wise, that you are dedicating all the time you'd spend on those assignments and notes and all that you're dedicating all that time to your final projects, and that you're finishing the course strong. I want everyone to be successful. I don't want to have to see anybody have poor grades at the end or be forced to drop after they put in all of this work. So you guys are doing great. I really appreciate all the discussion board threads going. I really appreciate all the effort people are putting in. Like I said, I know everybody's working and trying to manage their time with family and work and all that good stuff. I do want to say that the cover letters, writing assignment 2, some of them were absolutely perfect. I think 3 or 4 people got 100 out of 100. I don't think anybody got lower than a passing grade. I thought that some of them were very good, and I based on your qualifications, I would have hired you. Some of you were extremely qualified for those positions. So, and they were cool positions. Some of you created your own. Some of you found some on different websites. But I thought overall the assignments were really great. They were fun to read. The formatting looked good. So just apart from a few grammatical and syntactical errors, commas and hyphens and stuff, I think is easy to fix. The big ticket items, the organization, the content, the formatting, all that stuff was really great. So it looked like, to me at least, as far as my perceptions go, that the effort was really there on that one, even more so than the first assignment with the emails. So I'm hoping that writing assignment 3 is interesting to you, that you can go out and find some good stuff, and that you can be very creative in what you propose or present to the fictional Downtown Development Authority of Flint, Michigan, and its regenesis as a city. So kind of a long roundabout video as a way to say good job, keep it up, and make sure you look ahead. So hopefully week 6 is a little bit easier to manage, and week 7 and 8 are good to you as well. So I'll be online more. Email, call if you have questions, and thanks again. See you online.